How's Cat and Jasper? They're good. Jasper this morning was excited. This time of year, what we do is we put a little bowl of peanuts on our back porch, and we have all kinds of woodland creatures coming by for the fall. Like we have squirrels, birds, various different creatures that come by to grab some peanuts, and Jasper loves it. It's like TV for Jasper. He just sits there at the back door watching, and sometimes he gets excited. He jumps at the door. It's like he's going to get the creature through the door, right? But he has tons of fun doing it, so he was doing that this morning. And we had everything bagels. Everything bagels toasted for breakfast with a coffee. It was very good. Very good breakfast. I do not have a favorite cheese. Cheese is situational depending on what you're eating it with. I want to be someone who has changed for the better, and I always cherish your input and your feedback. I need that because I feel like the more input and feedback and constructive criticism I get, the better I can be. Take a look at me right now. Now, this one is more pure. The other one was like a bluish purple. This one is more... Jasper, no. You're not going to eat that. You're not doing that. He's trying to chew it already. This one is more of a pure violet color. Stop booping that. Stop attacking the lights. He's attacking the lights. So this is more of a pure purple, while the other one was like a violet, a deeper blue violet. Hey. You're not going to attack the lights. Now stop that right now. Hey. My new lights, you're not going to attack that. He's being fresh. Okay. Of course he's attacking it. Now, there's other buttons that I don't understand. First of all, there's an up and a down button. What happens if I press up and down? Oh, it increases the brightness. So I can go lower brightness. Yeah, look at that. So if we thought that the... Jasper, stop that right now. Look at the improvements we made. A cool camera. Look at this awesome border. The lighting, right? Look at this. Just look at all of this around me. This is way better than I deserve. All right? I'm just some schlub. I'm no special guy. I'm just some idiot on the internet, and I've been doing this for 15 years somehow. How? I don't know. You tell me. I guess I'm either lucky or the stars aligned. I don't know, but I'm still doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm no better than anyone else. At least I know that now, and I'm just grateful to be able to do what I love. ISD Captain cheered. He says, Cat, I thought you only ate organic foods. Yes, it's very true. You only eat organic, right?
Only organic.
Only organic.
Only.
Even though it was funny, the other day I was watching an episode of Bill Nye Saves the World on Netflix. And he basically blew open the whole thing explaining that organic food is bullshit. And he's like, GMO, which is growth hormone, right? Growth manipulated food, growth hormone manipulated food, actually is fine. He's like, scientifically, from a scientific perspective, there's nothing wrong with it. Scientifically, it's been proven it doesn't harm your body. It's not like smoking, where people thought originally smoking was good for you, and then later on everyone's getting lung cancer. It's the opposite, where people all thought this GMO food was bad for you. And actually, now that scientists have done research, they said, no, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. But these people are, I gotta go and spend triple the amount of money to get the organic version of the same fucking thing, and it has no health benefits whatsoever. So
Yeah, I think it's stupid. I don't understand the organic foods.
Good. That's actually nice that it has that adjustment. Jasper, stop that right now. Okay. And then we've got, I don't know what these three buttons are. Let's just try it. What the, Jasper! Jasper, could you please leave it alone for 5 seconds while I test it at least, before you break it? I should have foreseen this. I should have seen he was going to attack the lights, right? I should have known. He's that kind of cat. Anyway, here. Spool this up. And, so this is currently violet, all right? Would you... That's it. You're in trouble. No attacking the lights. He grabbed my power cord from my phone. Stop that right now. Release the power cord. Hey, release the power cord. Hey. Oh my God. I can't test the lights because my cat won't let me. My cat won't let me test them. No. Would you just relax for a minute? Could you please relax? He's just hyper right now, and he wants the attention. Okay, anyway, getting back to what I was doing. So this is like a purple color, okay? Now there's these buttons. I don't know. One looks pink. One looks blue. And one looks blue. Let's see what happens when I do it. Let's do pink. What are you doing? I don't even know what this is supposed to be. Jasper! And it fades between the three behind you, basically. That's kind of neat. I like that. All right. So that's number 4. And then number 5. Play Tower of Fantasy says, I'm a boomer discovering 20-year-old technology. It's like a caveman discovering fire. Yeah, well, how about I discover my finger on the ban button and see how you like that? Yeah, that would be a fun discovery for you, wouldn't it? You. All right, anyway. my superpower would be the ability to punch people through the internet. Because every single motherfucker, I would punch them right in the fucking face as soon as they screwed with me.
Actually, a pretty good one.
Imagine that. You troll Phil, immediately a portal opens up in his fist, boosh, punches you right in the face, and then it just closes, and that's it. That would be perfect, right?
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, I don't have superpowers. So. But this podcast is a show where I get to bitch about stuff, right? And I felt like today would be a good day to bitch a little bit. Tomorrow, the thing is, we've already gone late. So tomorrow we will do the game news segment. We have several stories to talk about in game news, including a new adaptive controller has been developed for the PlayStation 5, which is really awesome. We also have, hold on. We also have, Elden Ring has become the most awarded video game in history. It surpassed The Last of Us 2. We have unionization at ZeniMax, where 300 QA workers have unionized. There's a lot of stuff. We got Square Enix making blockchain games. We've got a lot of game news to talk about, but I've already gone so long today that there's just no way that I would be able to talk about all that today. Okay? So I will tomorrow do a segment of all the game news where we'll talk about that. I feel like now what we should do, and the spirit of doing everything on time, is we should do shout outs. So let's start. Our first contribution on the YouTube side of stuff from today is from American MAGA Undertaker. Guy, he does all these horrible things, and when he gets accused of them, he doesn't provide any evidence. I didn't do anything, all right? Fuck you. Every little pussy bitch out there who wants to name drop me in a negative way, you have no evidence of anything because it's not true. If you had evidence, there'd be fucking evidence. There's none. Fuck you. You are a scumbag. You're a loser, all right? For you to be name dropping me like that, I have nothing to do with you or your community. I want nothing to do with it for this very reason. You ignore facts. You erase history. You pretend like I never won a fucking game of anything. I did. For years and years, I was a top Super Turbo player. I was a tournament organizer. I was well respected in the community for a 3 or 4 year period there after the fluke that you like to say was my placing at EVO. I'm not going to bother with this, just put tons of time and effort when YouTube doesn't give a shit and just, screws me over, okay? So it might actually make more sense to just wait than be running around here like an idiot. All right. Someone tried to drill mine, I think, and it did not work. I completely stemmed by accident. Complete mistake. It's fine. I got like 400 more. Okay. You're a child to me. You're nothing. You're a nobody. You don't affect me. You're a loser. And I don't want to fucking hear my name in your mouth anymore. This goes for the entire fucking FGC. Leave DSP out of your mouth. Because I don't want anything to do with you. When I cover Street Fighter 6, I very well may be playing some of you online. I don't care. I don't want to hear about, I beat DSP and he sucks and blah, 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 blah. Shut the fuck up. Right, seriously. Just grow up. Grow a fucking pair and do something for yourself other than become a bandwagoning bitch. Because that's what you are. You're a bunch of bandwagoning bitches to say Arturo's situation is exactly the same as mine. It couldn't be further from the truth. The things that I'm accused of are not true in any way, shape, or form, but are based on a nugget of truth. And what's going to happen is these music companies are going to sign up for the program. And now if you get content ID claimed by one of those companies, they will take a percentile of your income. Essentially what it is they're taking a usage fee. Oh, well, bollocks. A lot of problems in your life could have been avoided by answering or calling people rather than insisting to text or email them. Do you have phonophobia? Do I have phonophobia? Yes. I am deathly afraid of this device. If I speak into it, I don't actually believe that's the person. That's the devil in the phone talking to me. That is a demon locked in my phone trying to pretend to be that person on the other end, and I'm deathly terrified. The only times in my life that I feel like the phone conversation would have worked better seems to have been the John Rambo situation, because for some weird reason, John Rambo, when I moved from Connecticut to Washington, seemed to seem like I was blowing him off because I would only text him. Keep in mind, I literally wasn't calling anyone. The only people I would call on the phone once a week was my parents. That was it, because you want to know why? Because they don't text. Everyone else, I email or text. Like, that's just how I communicated. It's easier, especially for someone like me who has a busy schedule of streaming and everything. Text me, and I'll text you back in between. What's better? All right? Getting an answer from me, you know, when I immediately have a chance to think about it and answer intelligently, or me having to, like, work out a scheduled 30-minute to an hour block to do a talking response to you, which could take extra long. I guess for some people, hearing someone's voice is more personable and they like that more. There's literally people I've never talked to on the phone before, but I'm friendly with. So what's wrong with that? Right? You get the idiots who come in, oh, look at boobs. Look, there's boobs. Boobs. Like, these idiots have never seen women before in any kind of Japanese culture. I got an anonymous dollar tip. He says, isn't this Ask the King and Queen instead of an IRL stream? Well, IRL indicates stuff from real life, right? And what you're doing is asking questions, and in real life, we're answering them. I'm sure some people think IRL means, oh, I walk around my neighborhood with my phone, because that's what some people do. That's not what IRL means, okay? But yeah, typically, you know, that may be what people do. But no, this is just our kind of stream to hang out with you guys and have fun. So there you go. So that being said, shall
I say what it is, or should we just play it?
Yeah, say the title. It's fine.
This is Monsieur Derrick.
Bonjour. It is I, Monsieur Derrick of the DWO. I'm still hiding in this bin just for the chance to lick their little hands. Monsieur Philippe Grant. Sometimes Jasper likes to lick his little head. On his day off today, he is having l'appointment. I want you to make for him an appointment. He will have to keep it. Just like I have to keep my appointment with the parole officer. Oh, I have to be quiet. There are some children coming. And I want to be able to get the jump on them. Mon cher.
Should be la. La. I love the French haoos. Just
you better lock your doors. And by the way, check your closets and under your bed for any guys in like jumpsuits and wearing like, you know, hockey masks. If you have any machetes, I recommend that you hide them or you bury them for the day. You want me to sing Happy Birthday to Derek? It is. He's 21. All right, ready? We're going to sing a different version of Happy Birthday. You ready? It goes, dun 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 dun. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy day. Happy birthday, Derek. Okay. We're at the meetup. And he says, Derek has a message. He's very late last night. My mom and dad were constantly fighting and shouting. Derek was really tired. He's wondering, when you were little, did your parents have fights? Yes, they did. Absolutely. You know, I think, unless you're very lucky, all right, there's going to be a time when your parents have disagreements, fight. Some people's parents break up, right? You know? Okay. Continuing on. Got a $1.30 tip from Anonymous. I'd like clarification. You mentioned you feel like you shouldn't be held accountable for things that DSPGaming said. Am I understanding it out of context? But you can rob a bank, but if you don't get caught 10 years later, it's okay. No. Boy, this is silly. Okay. Here, here's the thing with cancel culture, okay? Cancel culture seems to be of the impression that people literally never grow, change, or improve over time, okay? So let's say, for example, someone does something bad in their past. It's identified. It's recognized publicly. And they do the time for the crime. You know what I'm saying? Like, they've already been called out, and or that person has made an effort to actively change so they're not like that anymore, right? So then why are you now going to hold them accountable for things that they did so long ago? And the other difference here is actual crimes versus just being kind of stupid and silly and immature, right? Just because someone said dumb, offensive jokes or did something dumb in the past doesn't mean that they're going to keep doing that in the future. They very well could have changed as a person. Why are you now going to act like something that happened long ago is the current state of things, right? Right? Are you telling me that people don't have the ability to grow, learn, and change? Why do you think that just because something is on the internet somewhere, that is a black and white moment in the definition of that person, and they will always be that forever? That is a puerile, immature, childlike mindset. That is someone who doesn't understand human nature. That is someone who thinks that everything is like right and wrong, black and white, superheroes versus supervillains. That's like, you're a dunce. You basically have no life experience to think that way. And that's cancel culture. That's, oh, look at someone from 100 years ago and make them, tear them down for shit they used to be. That's ludicrous. That's not fair. People change. People become better. If that wasn't the case, okay, why even have a criminal justice system at all? Why even have jails? Because that person will never reform or change. So why even have it? Why not everyone who ever commits a crime, why don't we just put them on a rocket and launch them off to fucking Jupiter? Because they have no hope of ever becoming a better person, right? Just get them off the planet. That's ridiculous. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. And that's essentially what this is saying. All right? Now, here's the thing. If someone committed heinous crimes, you know, murders, massive money embezzlement and shit like that years ago, and they got away with it, and it's within the statute of limitations, right? To, oh, we caught them and we can still prosecute them for this heinous crimes that they committed. That's different. Okay? That's a little different. But what I'm talking about with this cancel culture shit and, you know, people being held accountable for stuff they did in the past, you're talking about, okay, someone made some stupid jokes, right? Did they directly hurt anyone? Right? Did they act, you know, and the thing is, there's people out there who've done far worse than some of these people have done, and they're okay. They're fine. I mean, holy shit, we just saw a Keemstar documentary last year where this guy's done some of the most heinous things I've ever seen on the fucking internet. Some of the shit he gets away with. But then, oh, someone made a sexual joke 10 years ago. Let's fucking hang them by their balls now. It's like, what are you talking about? Right? It doesn't make any sense at all. So that's what I mean about this stuff is, no. If someone has actively changed and doesn't do that stuff anymore, you should not be going crazy about stuff that's happened in the past. I feel like people can grow and mature and change for the better, and they should have that opportunity to do so. Something that you did that was a mistake in the past, especially if you've publicly acknowledged it was a mistake. You know what I'm saying? I look at my past and I cringe, and I'm embarrassed at it, and we've done retrospectives where we go back and we look at that old commentary, and I'm like, this is so immature. But it was a different time. I was trying to appeal to a teen audience on YouTube. That was it. Today, I don't appeal to a teen audience. Did you know teenagers are less than 1% of my overall audience on YouTube? If you're a teenager watching this right now, you are in the drastic minority. The vast majority of people who watch my content are from the ages, I think it's like their early 20s to 30s and the mid 30s to 40s. And then it goes up from there older. Like 50s to 60s is the next age range. And then the least age range I have is teenagers. All those teenagers, they go watch the viral YouTubers, the popular people. I'm not appealing to that audience. I don't have to do dumb, immature shit that I hate anymore. I don't have to pretend to be someone I'm not. That's great. I've changed. I'm not that person. I don't want to be that person. So why are you going to yell at me for shit I did 15 years ago? Like, are you out of your mind? Oh, think about this. For you, 15 years ago, right? Whoever you are right now, whoever I'm talking to right now live to you, or if you're watching this on demand, think about who you were 15 years ago. Are you the same today? You might have been a kid. You know, if you're in your 20s, 15 years ago, you're probably a child. Are you the same as you are today? Gee, when you were a child, you did something bad. Should you be punished for it when you're in your 20s? Does that make any sense? Of course not. But for some reason, cancel culture is dumb and doesn't understand that, you know? There you go. Anyway, let's continue. I hope that explains. I hope that makes sense of what you were asking me. Anonymous tipper. I guess I could go either way. I don't know what he's talking about. He gives haters something to fall back on. Have you considered reacting to It's a Gundam video? No, I don't even know what you're talking about. That all I have to understand, again, this is another one of those guys, much like Mr. Matoker, much like other people who all I've heard is over the years, this guy's a piece of shit to me. I have no idea who he is. I literally have never seen a piece of content from the person. All right? From what I don't understand, it's just one of those real negative, toxic people on the internet who makes crappy content that's all toxic, negative, attacking style shit. And every once in a while, when he gets bored, it's time to make fun of DSP again. So I guess after a while away, he made another video about me. I don't care. I'm never going to watch it. I don't give a fuck about the guy. He's a fart in the wind to me. You know, I'll hear about him today, and I'll never hear about him again until the next time that he rears his ugly, perverted head to say something dumb about me again. I don't give a fuck. Fuck him. And, you know, he doesn't exist. He really doesn't. He's just another one of these fucking drama creators that no one gives a fuck about. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, the Japanese have a thing about women and boobs. They do. For some reason, every anime, almost every girl has to have, like, giant boobs, and they're always in your face, and the women are, like, half-dressed. All right? In One Piece, some of the guys are half-dressed, too. Like, there's a guy there who's wearing underwear. Like, he's wearing a Speedo. Okay? But this is how they've always been. This is typical of Japanese culture. This is to be expected. All right? I mean, that's pretty silly because at least I could tell you as someone, like I said, who has a fear of heights, it's not a logical fear. It's not like, you know, I look down and I'm like, oh no, I'm going to fall. Like, I remember sometimes, like, for example, I'll be up in one of those high towers, right? You know, like one of those tourism towers or whatever, on a skyscraper. I've been to the Empire State Building a few times in my life when I was much younger with my parents, and I would be scared looking down. Be like, what are you afraid of? You can't fall here. It's a, you know, it's a wall. There's a glass. There's no possible way you could fall. It's an irrational fear. It's not based on, oh no, I'm going to fall or anything. It just happens, and people have these different phobias that happen because it's your chemical balances in your head and things that have happened to you, you know, conditioning over life. It's not that you're actively afraid of it because of something. You know, it would be one thing if, like, you were a kid, you were bitten by a dog, so now you're afraid of dogs for the rest of your life. That's actually not the same thing. That's actually a cause and effect kind of deal versus having a phobia is actually just having that fear innately for some reason. And that's, I've always had. I've never in my life fallen a big distance or anything, yet I am just afraid of that.
Yeah, but people who say that shit, number one, they've obviously never had any, like, negative feelings. Like,
they've never experienced it themselves. Right.
And they're not even willing to understand. They're not willing to, like, try to understand. They're just, like, they're close-minded people, and they're always going to be that way. You know what I mean? So it's like, those are the people that are, like, just ignore them because they don't know what they're talking about. Like, I've had people say that to me, too, so I understand, like.
Just the thing with them, seriously, take a look at anime. For some reason, it's, like, normalized in their culture. They don't even, here's the weird thing about this, too. Did you know the Callisto Protocol was banned in Japan because the Japanese deemed that the death animations in the game were too gory to be released in that country? I just want you to think about this. The death animations in Callisto Protocol were deemed too gory, right? So they couldn't be they couldn't sell the game. Yet, literally all the sexual stuff is 1,000,000% allowed in their culture. No problem. They don't give a crap about that at all, right? It's like, geez. Anyway, it's confusing for sure. It's a weird double standard for sure. Ugh. Run to the hills. Run for your lives. Wow. Top 10. Oh my god, I made top 10 in this match. This is ridiculous. This is a shitty way to make top 10, that's for sure. He must have had a sniper. Oh, yes. He absolutely had a sniper rifle.